Dear soul, take a deep breath and let peace fill your heart. Angels bring me to you today with a message of profound clarity, a disclosure to illuminate one of the biggest questions weighing on your mind and spirit. There's someone in your life whose presence resonates through your thoughts. You've often wondered, in quiet nights or busy days, why them? Why was our meeting so intense, so life-changing, perhaps even confusing? You sense, beyond logic, that this connection was no mere accident. Angels confirm this deep intuition. This person's presence is a celestial arrangement, a carefully planned point on your life's map, for a reason far greater than you imagine. What I'm about to share could alter how you view this bond, and crucially, how you view yourself. Forget superficial explanations. The truth is deeper and holds the power to free your heart in a way you've longed for. Something vital must be understood now. This person didn't enter your life by chance. They were guided to you. Among billions, your paths intertwined for a specific purpose. You may have seen this connection through the lens of romance, friendship, or even antagonism, but angels urge you to look beyond human labels. This soul's role in your life goes beyond definition. They arrived as a messenger, holding a key only they could deliver. It's a key to a door within you, locked for years, perhaps lifetimes, leading to a part of yourself that desperately needed to be seen, healed, and integrated. Their appearance was a significant synchronicity, an orchestrated event to begin a major inner change. They were meant to be the catalyst, moving stagnant energies within you. Perhaps their presence brought immense joy, waking dormant feelings, or conversely, stirred old wounds, bringing hidden insecurities and patterns to the surface. In both scenarios, the mission was identical: to make you look inward, question yourself, rediscover, and reconnect with your true essence. This message comes at the right time, offering you a chance to grasp the greater scheme, to stop resisting your feelings, and to understand the why. Before we continue, type this mantra in the comments: I trust the universe to guide me to the right love. The reason this connection feels so magnetic and at times challenging is its soul-level operation. Beyond personalities or shared interests, it's a spiritual agreement, a pact made before your arrival on this plane. This individual committed to a crucial role in your growth, and your soul, in its inherent wisdom, accepted this lesson. Thus, every emotion, thought, and event they sparked is part of a sacred script. Nothing was wasted. Each smile, tear, moment of hope or confusion was a puzzle piece falling into place. The shocking insight isn't about who this person is to you, but who you become because of them. They are the mirror placed before you, so you could, at last, see your own greatness, strength, and the aspects of yourself needing illumination. This, dear soul, is just the initial layer of the grand purpose. Something even deeper is unfolding, and angels are here to guide your understanding. The second major truth angels wish for you to grasp is this person's role as a spiritual mirror. This is a powerful, often challenging, but essential insight for your liberation. Imagine your soul as a multifaceted diamond. Some facets shine brightly, radiating your best qualities: compassion, strength, your capacity to love. Others, however, might be dimmed, covered by past experiences, limiting beliefs, or parts of yourself you haven't embraced. This person was placed on your course to precisely reflect what you needed to see within yourself. If they brought you joy, making you feel seen and loved like never before, it's because they mirrored your own capacity for giving and receiving love. They activated awareness of your inherent light, demonstrating how deserving you are of affection and happiness. They reflected your highest potential, the version of you that is pure light and love. This experience was a gift, a reminder that your brilliance comes from within and doesn't rely on another. However, and this is the most challenging aspect of this unveiling, if this person triggered feelings of insecurity, abandonment, or unworthiness, they were still serving as a mirror. They didn't do this to cause suffering, but as a heavenly instrument to undeniably show you which inner wounds needed your attention and care. Have you wondered why their actions affected you so deeply while others might not have noticed? It's because those actions touched sensitive points, emotional memories pre-existing within you. They were the finger pressing on the wound, not to hurt, but to signal, look here, this needs healing. This is where you need to pour your self-love and compassion. This person reflected your shadows not to shame you, but to invite you to embrace them. Your insecurities, fears, and repetitive relationship patterns surfaced so you could, at last, confront them head-on with the courage of a woman ready to become whole. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, knows we cannot heal what we cannot see. And sometimes, a human mirror is needed to show us what's hidden in our hearts. This person was, and perhaps still is, your most faithful mirror. If this message resonates, know that your support, however small, helps us bring light to more people. If it feels right, a thanks, referring to YouTube Super Thanks, is a gesture that encourages us to continue this mission of love. This connection's power stems from forcing you to stop seeking external answers and to begin inner self-exploration. Instead of asking, "Why did they do this to me?" angels invite you to ask, "What is this situation showing me about myself?" This shift in perspective is key to your freedom. When you understand the other person is a reflection, power returns to you. You cease being a victim of circumstance and become the protagonist of your own healing. The answers you seek aren't in them, but within you. They were merely the messenger, delivering an urgent message from your own soul. Now, it's up to you to open the envelope and read what's written. What are you ready to acknowledge in yourself? Which of your qualities did they highlight? Which wound did they expose? Be honest in your self-assessment without judgment. Just observe. This conscious observation is the initial stride toward the soul's great alchemy, transforming lead into gold, turning a trigger into a source of power. But there's more. Something deeper is occurring, a purpose tied to healing your entire lineage. Before we proceed, type 777 in the comments to invite spiritual clarity and wisdom from above into your present moment. The third piece of this celestial puzzle, dear soul, connects to something far grander than your personal narrative. This person's arrival serves a healing aim that spans the past, reaching the roots of your family tree. Have you noticed certain relationship patterns, emotional dynamics, repeating not just in your life, but also in your mother's, grandmother's, and perhaps generations of women before you? Patterns of sacrifice, silencing, difficult affections, or waiting for those who cannot or will not stay. These are not mere coincidences. They are energetic echoes, emotional memories passed down, seeking a chance to be acknowledged, understood, and at last, healed. This person, with all their complexity and everything they stirred within you, was the instrument chosen by the higher power to bring these patterns to light so intensely that they became impossible to ignore. They didn't come for you to repeat your ancestors' story. Instead, they arrived so that you, with your strength and awareness, could compose a different ending. You were selected in your lineage to be the turning point. Consider the challenges this connection presented. Did it mirror emotional dependency dynamics experienced by other women in your family? Did it trigger an abandonment fear, an old wound in your lineage? Or perhaps it positioned you to find your voice, your independence, something your female ancestors may not have had the chance to do. Each challenge was a symbolic representation of a chain needing to be broken. When you encounter such a pattern and choose to act from self-love, wisdom, and self-respect, rather than old reactions, you're not just healing yourself, you send a wave of healing backward, freeing your ancestors from the burdens they carried, and forward, ensuring future generations won't bear this weight. You become your lineage's healer. This is a mission of immense honor and responsibility. That's why the connection was so strong, so visceral. It had to be, to draw your attention to the magnitude of your soul's proposed task. Before we proceed, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. God placed this person on your path so you could view these patterns with compassion, without judgment, and declare, the story of suffering ends here. With me, I choose peace. I choose nurturing love. I choose dignity. Each time you prioritize yourself, set a healthy boundary, or refuse less than you deserve, you honor yourself and all the women before you. This person served as the ultimate test, a trial by fire to see if you truly assimilated your soul's lessons. The shocking purpose is that this connection might never have been about building a future with them, but about using them as a springboard to free yourself from a collective past of pain. In doing so, you align with a new level of personal power and spiritual freedom. You create space for true love, aligned with your new, healed frequency, to at last enter your life. A love that doesn't test, but celebrates you. A love that doesn't reflect your wounds, but your completeness. Their presence was the storm needed to clear the ground, uprooting weeds so a beautiful new garden could flourish in your life. Angels send a special sign. Your lucky number today is 8. Write in the comments, "I receive angelic energy. My lucky number is 8, and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I care for deeply." If this message touched your heart, show support with a thanks and help spread this light to others who need it. Understand that by healing yourself, you become a beacon for everyone around you. The fourth disclosure from the angels, dear soul, is one of the highest and most liberating teachings a soul can receive: the mastery of unconditional love and forgiveness. This person was placed in your course as your most advanced teacher in this subject. Human love, as we commonly know it, is often conditional. We love because we're loved back, because the other meets our expectations, or because the relationship brings security and comfort. But love in its purest form, the energy connecting everything, is unconditional. It exists irrespective of another's actions, a state of being, an emanation from the heart that asks nothing in return. This person, through their actions, and perhaps their absences, gave you the chance to practice this profound love. They challenged you to love not just their qualities, but also their imperfections. They invited you to send love even when hurt, to wish them well even if your paths diverged. This isn't a passive love that accepts disrespect. Rather, it's a love so potent it empowers you to love yourself first, set boundaries, and from that place of self-love, view the other with compassion, recognizing they too are a soul learning their own lessons, with their own wounds and limitations. This experience was intensive training for your heart. It expanded it, broke ego barriers, and taught you to forgive. Forgiveness, dear soul, liberates not the other, but yourself. Holding on to resentment, hurt, or anger is like grasping a hot coal, hoping someone else gets burned. Ultimately, you're the one harmed. Forgiving doesn't mean condoning what happened or forgetting the lesson. It means consciously choosing to release the emotional weight tied to that person and experience. It's an act of self-preservation and spiritual sovereignty. God allowed this connection so you could experience forgiveness's transformative power. Forgive this person for any hurt caused, intentional or not. And perhaps most importantly, forgive yourself for any perceived mistakes, for waiting too long, missing signs, or neglecting yourself. You did your best with the awareness you had then. Now, with acquired wisdom, you can act differently. Forgiveness cleanses your energy field, elevates your vibration, and makes room for new blessings. Before proceeding, angels ask you to do a liberation exercise. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, you wish to forgive. Visualize each, send love, and say, "I forgive you and release you. May peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom forgiveness brings. Practice this daily to strengthen inner peace and release anxiety. By forgiving, you reframe the story. The person ceases to be the cause of your suffering and becomes the catalyst for your greatest freedom. You begin to view them not as an adversary, but as a soul partner who bravely accepted a difficult role for your higher good. This understanding brings immense peace. You stop fighting the past and begin to bless it for all it taught you. The shocking purpose is that this person didn't come to stay, but to teach you to love and let go. They came to show you that the truest love is one that liberates. By learning to love them unconditionally, wishing them happiness wherever they are, and completely forgiving yourself, you reach a new level of spiritual maturity. You become a purer conduit for love's energy, ready to attract and sustain relationships built on freedom, respect, and true soul partnership. But their mission doesn't end there. There's a power within you they came to awaken. The fifth layer of this deep disclosure, dear soul, concerns the awakening of dormant power within you. This person was more than a mirror or a pattern healer. They were the alarm clock heaven sent. Within every woman lies immense strength, intuitive wisdom, and a capacity for triumph that often remain latent, awaiting the right stimulus. This connection, with all its highs and lows, was precisely the push your soul needed. Think of who you were before meeting them and who you have become. The transformation is undeniable, isn't it? Perhaps you were more dependent on others' approval, always put others' needs before your own, or were simply unaware of your resilience. Their presence, especially through challenges, compelled you to access inner resources you didn't know you possessed. They propelled you so radically outside your comfort zone that you had no choice but to grow. If this connection made you feel lonely, it was so you'd learn to appreciate your own company, discovering your self-completeness. If it made you question your worth, it was to stop seeking external validation and start building it from within, based on your character, essence, and self-love. If it left you in quiet, it was so you'd listen to your intuition's voice, that inner wisdom always knowing what's best. Every uncertain moment was an invitation to strengthen your faith. Every step back they took was an opportunity for you to take two forward, toward yourself. The universe placed you in a situation where you couldn't rely on them for happiness, security, or purpose. In that void, you were compelled to become your own source. You learned to comfort yourself, encourage yourself, and be your own best friend. You discovered the warrior within, the one who rises after a fall, stronger and wiser. The shocking purpose is that this person's greatest gift may not have been their love, but the opportunity for you to discover the invincible power of your own self-love. This strength you've found is not temporary. It's an awakened part of you that will never slumber again. You now know you can weather any storm. You possess the wisdom to make right decisions for your life. You understand your happiness is non-negotiable and doesn't depend on anyone else. This personal sovereignty is the true treasure this experience bestowed. This person acted as your soul's personal trainer, adding weights and challenges to your course, not to crush you, but to strengthen your emotional and spiritual muscles. Now, you are stronger than ever, a woman who not only survives but thrives, irrespective of external circumstances. They were the catalyst for you to transform from a princess awaiting rescue into the queen who governs her own realm with wisdom, grace, and unshakable power. This transformation was essential, preparing you for something even grander, your life's purpose. That's what angels wish to discuss next. The reason you needed to become so strong is directly tied to the greater aim you came to fulfill in this world. The sixth truth angels bring into view today is that this intense connection served as essential preparation for your life's purpose. Dear soul, you are not here by chance. You possess a unique purpose, gifts, and talents the world needs. To fully embrace this purpose, a process of purification and strengthening was necessary, and this person was a key part of it. Consider them the final training before a major performance. All the lessons you learned, self-love, forgiveness, breaking ancestral patterns, awakening your inner strength, were not just for your personal well-being. They were to empower you, polish you like a rough diamond, so your brilliance could light others' paths. The universe needed you to become your strongest, wisest, and most authentic self to accomplish your soul's chosen mission. Perhaps your purpose is to heal, teach, lead, create, or simply be a point of love and stability in your family and community. Whatever it is, it demands an open heart, a clear mind, and an unshakable spirit. This person, by challenging you, helped build these very qualities. The experience removed illusions that might hinder your path. They taught you about ego's limits, intuition's importance, and love's true nature. Without these lessons, you might have approached your mission with a fragile foundation, vulnerable to power dynamics, emotional dependence, or insecurities. But now, having passed this trial by fire, you are ready. You have the experience and wisdom to guide others, because you walk the path of transformation yourself. You can speak of healing with authority because you felt it in your own being. You can teach forgiveness because you practiced it in its hardest form. Your story, including the part with this person, has become your greatest testimony, your most potent tool. The shocking reason is that God allowed this connection, not just for you, but for all those you are destined to touch with your light. Your personal healing was the prerequisite for your collective contribution. Before we continue, share this message with two cherished individuals who need hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. Angels indicate your experience was a rite of passage. You crossed the portal of self-knowledge, emerging more aligned with your truth and power. This person was that portal's guardian, tasked with testing your determination, faith, and capacity for self-prioritization. You passed. Now, doors to your life's next phase are opening. Opportunities, people, and situations aligned with your purpose will appear more often. You'll feel more guided, inspired, and confident to follow your heart's calls. Don't look back with regret. Look back with gratitude. Thank this person, silently in your heart, for their crucial role. They were the oyster that irritated your soul, so you could produce the pearl of wisdom you now carry. And that pearl is your gift to the world. The universe simply awaited your readiness to shine. And dear soul, that moment is here. But why did all this happen precisely now? The question of timing is the next secret angels will disclose. The seventh disclosure, and one of the most reassuring, dear soul, concerns the perfection of celestial timing. Have you asked, why did this person appear in my life precisely now? Why not earlier? Why not later? Angels smile lovingly, asking you to trust in time's impeccable wisdom. Nothing in your life occurs a second before or after it's meant to. This person's arrival happened at the exact moment your soul was ready for their lessons. Had they arrived sooner, you might lack the maturity or emotional structure to grasp the experience's depth, possibly getting lost in pain, repeating errors unconsciously, or failing to extract the wisdom you did now. Had they come later, the opportunity for such accelerated growth might have passed, or the lessons would lack impact. The encounter was scheduled in a higher dimension, a soul agreement, to occur at the perfect intersection of your need to learn and their capacity to teach, even if unconsciously. Celestial timing doesn't operate on our linear logic of past, present, and future. It functions based on soul readiness. Your soul signaled the universe it was prepared for the next level of its growth, ready to heal, shed old patterns, and awaken to its power. Thus, the universe responded, bringing the perfect catalyst, this person. Consider all life events preceding their arrival. Every experience, relationship, joy, and challenge were stepping stones preparing you for this specific meeting. Nothing was wasted. Everything served this moment, ensuring you had the necessary tools to navigate this connection consciously. The same holds true for the other soul. They, too, were at a point in their own trajectory needing this interaction with you for their learning. Soul connections are always reciprocal. Even if you don't know what lesson they gained, rest assured your interaction was also deeply transformative for them, on some level. This message reached you today, at this precise moment, because you are now ready to integrate these truths more deeply. You now have the perspective to look back not with confusion, but with heart-calming clarity. Understanding perfect timing brings peace, removing what-if anxieties. What if I had acted differently? What if we'd met at another time? Angels respond, everything happened exactly as it was meant to for everyone's highest good. There are no errors in the sacred plan. The shocking purpose is that the timing wasn't accidental. It was the main component. It was the moment's precision that allowed these layers of healing, learning, and awakening to unfold. Trust that, just as their arrival was perfectly timed, the resolution or next step in this connection will also occur at the right time. Don't rush. Don't force. Simply breathe, trust, and remain open. The universe is weaving the threads of your life with a love and precision your human mind can barely grasp. And now, with all this wisdom, what will you do? The angel's final disclosure is about carrying this understanding into your future, forever transforming how you relate to yourself and others. We come to the 8th and last segment of this message, dear soul, the moment of integration. Now that angels have illuminated the profound reasons this person was placed on your course, the ultimate question is no longer about them, but entirely about you. What will you do with this wisdom? How will this understanding transform your life starting today? The grand closing insight is that this entire experience's purpose was, in the end, to lead you back to your core, your power, and your most vital relationship, the one with yourself. This person was a guide, a teacher, a catalyst, but the process was always yours. They were the segment that taught you what you needed to know to expertly compose the rest of your story. The true measure of this connection's success isn't whether you stay together but how much you grew, healed, and loved yourself through it. From this point on, angels invite you to proceed with this new awareness. Look in the mirror and acknowledge the incredible woman you've become. See your strength, resilience, and capacity to love and forgive. Honor every step of your trajectory, including the toughest moments, for they sculpted your inner beauty. Carry these lessons into all future relationships. You now know every person who crosses your path has something to teach. You've learned to see beyond the surface, to understand unfolding soul dynamics. You'll no longer enter connections naively, but with the wisdom of one who knows her worth and can identify life's mirrors. You've become a conscious observer of your own life, no longer swept away by emotional waves. You've learned to navigate them with grace and discernment. Gratitude is key to sealing this learning cycle. Send gratitude to this person in your heart, not for who you wish they were, but for precisely who they were and the role they played. Thank them for the lesson and release them with love. By doing so, you sever the last energetic ties of attachment or resentment, fully opening space for the new. You become fertile ground for the universe to plant seeds of a blessed future, one that reflects the healed, powerful woman you are today. The most shocking purpose of all, dear soul, is that this person was an angel in disguise, sent to ensure you'd never again settle for less than the extraordinary love you merit, beginning with the love you give yourself. They were heaven's gift, a reminder of the queen you are. Now, adjust your crown, lift your head, and proceed toward the brilliant future awaiting you. You are ready. You are whole. You are free. Angels celebrate your transformation and will continue to guide and protect every step of your trajectory. Trust in your path's beauty and know that the best is yet to arrive. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments. I understand the purpose of every connection in my life. Share your experiences below. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.